chaired a preparatory meeting with stakeholders from various sectors for a hitch-free commemoration of National Day in Boya. Plus, authorities in South Sudan say the country will proceed with long-delayed elections in December despite escalating clashes in several regions. And a high-powered delegation from the African Football Governing Body (CAF) has arrived in Kampala for key strategic talks with the 2027 AFCON co-hosts as preparation intensifies. This and more will be yours in a few minutes to come. Good evening and welcome to News Hour on Royal TV. I am Sharon Tita for presentation. The governor of the Southwest region, Bernard Okalabila, has chaired a preparatory meeting with stakeholders from various sectors to join efforts in ensuring a hitch-free commemoration of National Day in Boya. Details in the following report with Natalie Juma.
That took place at the Southwest Governor's Office hallway underscored the importance of this year's celebration, which comes against the backdrop of the major institutional reforms. The governor, while addressing the press, calls on the population to continue working together to ensure remarkable celebration of the 2026 edition of the 20th May celebration in Boya. He equally emphasized on the fact that the 54th edition of the National Day poses another opportunity to demonstrate patriotism and loyalty to the head of state, President Paul Biya.
All of us should be committed. Mainly the representative of the state, the administration, beginning by the administrative authorities, the regional delegates, the official elected, the mayors, the president of the regional assembly, all the stakeholders who are the general manager, those in charge of the education sector, the VC, the principal, all those people should mobilize. The politicians, the political leaders should mobilize for us to celebrate our country and to say thank to the head of state for what he has been doing, in particular for this region, beginning from the 50th anniversary with the camp, the shan, and the infrastructures.
The in-house preparatory meeting was attended by Attorney General, regional delegates, and service heads, as well as religious and traditional authorities. During the meeting, the Southwest Regional Delegate of Youth Affairs and Civic Education, Mbwa Isaac Ekombe, presented the summary report of last year's 20th May celebration, building on past achievements before examining the harmonized national program. Following the establishment of technical commissions, a coordination calendar was adopted to translate the guidelines into concrete actions for the 14 committees created. The next preparatory meeting is scheduled for Wednesday, April 28, 2026, where Barron's Committee President and rapporteurs are expected to present their respective action plans detailing tasks and prerogatives assigned to them so as to ensure a successful 20th May celebration in the Southwest region, which is usually characterized with a patriotic march past.
After 44 years, Upper Bokova village in Fakot Division, Southwest region of Cameroon is preparing for a historic moment. This Saturday, April 25, 2026, His Royal Majesty Chief Barrister Evanjo Abel Nyoki will be crowned as the fourth monarch of the community, a coronation that promises to blend tradition, culture, and hope for the future. A press briefing ahead of the coronation ceremony took place yesterday. Details in the following report with Frida Lena Former.
During a press briefing at the Chief's Palace, journalists from across the region gathered to be part of the event. Ndumbe Michael, Secretary General of the Organizing Committee of the Coronation, addressed the media with a succinct but powerful message. The village is ready to welcome its new leader. Chief Evanjo Abel, a barrister by profession, is not stepping into the throne empty-handed. His track record already speaks volumes. From creating jobs to providing pipe-borne water and installing street lights, he has been a driving force for development in Upper Bokova. Villagers say these achievements have brought tangible change, and expectations are high that his reign will usher in peace, stability, and reconciliation. The coronation ceremony itself is set to be a spectacle of culture and tradition. On Thursday night, the village will host a cultural evening featuring dance groups, music, and storytelling, a vibrant showcase of heritage meant to honor the ancestors and prepare the community spiritually. Ritual cleansing will follow, a symbolic act to purify and bless the land before the enthronement. Then comes the grand day, Saturday, April 25, 2026, at the Upper Bokova Community Field. The coronation proper will unfold. Traditional regalia, chants, and dances will accompany the crowning of Chief Evanjo Abel, marking the beginning of a new chapter in the village history. Chief Evanjo Abel joins a lineage of respected leaders, Chief Mbela Manga, Mwambo Mombela, and Tobias Mangambela, each remembered for guiding the community through their time. Now, after decades without a coronation, villagers believe the new chief will carry forward that legacy while addressing challenges of modern life. Closing the press conference, Ndumbe Michael called on the public to turn out in their numbers, stressing that the event deserves grandeur. He urged villagers, dignitaries, and well-wishers to stand together in celebration, saying the coronation is not just for Upper Bokova but for the entire region. So, this weekend, all eyes will be on Upper Bokova. As drums beat and traditions unfold, a new monarch will rise, His Royal Majesty, Chief Barrister Evanjo Abel Nyoki, bringing with him the promise of unity, progress, and a brighter future for his people.
Frida Lena Voma there ending that report. Villagers that make up Mukunda community in Limbe have expressed their grievances over an illegal exploitation of their land. They made this cry over the weekend at the divisional officer for Limbe 2 subdivision, Mekhe Serge Albert. Details in the following report with Daniel Ikomi.
These are indigents of Mukunda community gathered at the office of the divisional officer for Limbe 2 subdivision for a worry that concerns their land, which is being exploited by a quarry company known as Nektu without compensation to the villagers. The men and women, led by their traditional ruler, His Royal Majesty Edward Motande, explains that a memorandum of understanding was signed 10 years ago, which the company seems not to fulfill the agreement.
The issue of the quarry that Neptune has been exploiting for the past 10 years, since 2016. In fact, we have had 2 MOUs, but unfortunately Neptune has not respected the terms of the MOUs. So the village had the worry for Neptune not doing what he took as engagement.
After hours of deliberations, an understanding was arrived at, giving a pathway for the company to respect the terms of the MOU.
The meeting was a success. The DU did what he could do to bring peace to his subdivision. I'm here with the lawyer for the village. For now, we cannot conclude. We have given a period of 1 week for Neptune to go back and think, so that what they will table to the village, it will be specific and it should be done.
Dr. Barrister Mulwa Smith Beke, the legal mind and defender of the community, appreciate the deal for mediating the agreement and ensuring Mukunda community gets their compensation from the company.
say thank you to the GO for a nice deliberation. I think the GO did what he was supposed to do, and I think holding the three accountable, they are moving towards to do what they are supposed to do by paying what they were supposed to pay or what they promised to pay to the village and the community of Mukunda.
As a legal mind and equally son of the soil, he is bent of safeguarding lands from exploiters.
And I'm here as a legal mind. I'm here to make sure our Bakuri villages are enlightened in all the legal doings.
With the legal complexities surrounding land issues in Boya are well known, Barrister Mulwan Smith Beke offer a word of caution, especially to traditional heads.
Message to the Fako community, especially the traditional rulers, that they should consult legal minds before they get into any engagement when it comes to anything concerning lands or royalties or stuff. They should not sign it by yourself, because this MOU is very, very simple. It doesn't protect the community.
At the end of the meeting, the villagers returned home, awaiting the deadline for the company to respond back to them as agreed.
3 days of Pope Leo XIV visit to Cameroon was not just a ceremonial gathering, but one marked by an outpouring of faith, hope, alongside message of peace, reconciliation, and justice. Details in the following report again with Daniel Ikomi.
The 3 days of Pope Leo's visit to Cameroon was not just a ceremonial gathering of Christian faithful, but one equally marked by an outpouring of faith and hope across the nation. From his welcome in Yaoundé through Bamenda and Douala, witnessed an atmosphere of joy amongst both the Catholic and non-Catholic Christians, who all turned out in their numbers to listen attentively to the Holy Father's message. His message, which emphasized on the importance of reconciliation, justice and peace, as well as the moral responsibility of those in power, brings to light on what civil society and other organizations have been clamoring for regarding the close to 10 years armed conflict rocking the northwest and the southwest region of the country.
Indeed, your religious leaders have come together to establish a movement for peace through which they seek to mediate between the opposing sides. I wish this would happen in so many other places of the world. Your witness, your work for peace can be a model for the whole world.
While in Bamenda, one of the regions badly affected by the crisis, testimonies of the situation was painted to him by the Archbishop of Bamenda, the Imam of Boya, and others who has experienced some of the huddle moments.
Most Holy Father, you have come to visit us at a time when the people of this ecclesiastical province, corresponding to the civil territorial circumscription of the northwest and southwest regions of Cameroon, need your presence and your comfort most. We see in you the presence of God Himself among us, who has come to visit His people like the dawn from on high. With your presence here, Holy Father, I can confidently say, now is the time for peace.
Since the start of this crisis, we do our work with a lot of fear and great insecurity. On the 14th of November, while returning from Bamenda to Elak Oku, where we teach in the primary school, Sister Mediatrice and myself were abducted by some gunmen around Babugo and carried into the bush, where we were held hostage for 3 days and 3 nights. Most Holy Father, this is the situation under which many consecrated women do their work and live lives within this war zone. We count on your prayers and paternal solicitude.
The Pope has come, preached the sermon of peace, and so many pray and hope that his visit to Cameroon will remain in history as one who came to usher in a new era of peace, especially in the two English-speaking regions of the country that has seen many killed, property burnt, and thousands become internally displaced.
Many thanks to you, Daniel Ikomi, for that report. Former Vice President of the Upper House of Parliament for Tabetando has traveled to the land of no return. The 75-year-old member of the CPDM was considered an influential political voice in the Southwest region, as well as a traditional ruler from Manyu Division. Details in the following report with Natalie Juma.
Senator for Tabetando Ndiepnso was a prominent Cameroonian lawyer, politician and traditional ruler whose early life was rooted in the Manyu Division of the Southwest region. He was born on October 29, 1950 in Bachwantai, a village in the Mamfe Central Subdivision of the Manyu Division. He was enthroned as the paramount traditional ruler of Bachwantai village in the year 1990. Tabethando, equally trained as a lawyer, and established his legal practice known as Equity Chambers in Douala in the year 1975. He became a key political figure and served as the president of the Southwest Chiefs Conference and later as a senator representing the Cameroon's People Democratic Movement Party in the Southwest region. 4. Tabetando was appointed to the Senate of Cameroon by President Paul Biya as one of the 30 presidential appointees. He served multiple mandates, including his third mandate in the year 2023. He was elected vice president of the Senate and has presided over official Senate ceremonies in that capacity. On December 5, 2023, he chaired the tribute paying ceremony for late Senator Anja Simon at the Senate House Chambers, representing Senate President Marcel Nyat Jifenji. In Parliament, he served as a member of the Constitutional Law Committee and Secretary of the Committee on Production and Trade. Official tributes and obituary statements following his death paint the portrait of a man whose life was defined by service, discipline, and achievement. They recall his early careers as a teacher before he transitioned into law, where he built a reputation as a respected barrister. In the end, Tabetando's life tells a broader story about a system in which regional elites rise but structural change remains exclusive. He did not operate outside that system. He worked within it, navigated it, and ultimately embodied the system.
April is a month that ushers the rain, and for the denizens of Boya, the rainy season isn't just a weather, it is a budget time that needs preparations. From Mile 17 to Boya Town, umbrellas and rubber boots have become as essential as stable commodity. Our reporter Natalie Juma went to the market to see what denizens need most and how demand is shaping the sales this year.
In Boya, chief town of the Southwest region, the rainy season have shown their face as rain items like umbrellas, pullovers and rubber boots are in high demands. This year, residents have revealed that the rains came early and heavy and caught many off guard. At the OIC market, traders say demand for rainy season items have dropped as compared to last year. Supply is tight and they hope prices will eventually climb as the rains intensify. The needs are clear. Students on their part want foldable umbrellas and knee-high boots to cross Moliko flooded road. The demand for umbrellas are increasing steadily as the cheapest is now sold for 1,500 and most expensive for 5,000 francs.
Sales have been slow compared to the normal rainy days of last year, but we're hoping that it gets better.
What has been the cause for this slowness? The sales of boots too is no different, as sellers attested that the demand for rubber boots is timid, but they are optimistic it will rise over time as the heavy rains approach.
Well, actually, during the rainy season, the prices goes up. Yes, when the seller discover that there's too much mud, then the prices goes up. But when there's a lot of sun now, since there are not when the prices goes down.
Still, the traders expressed their happiness as they say the rainy season is their best time of the year, as proceeds from the business is used to pay house rent and school fee for students in September. Meantime, weather experts have called on the population to purchase the necessary rainy season items needed to combat the inconveniences that comes with heavy rains.
Natalie Juma there ends in that report, and now onto our foreign page. Authorities in South Sudan say the country will proceed with long-delayed elections in December despite escalating clashes in several regions. The announcement comes as concerns grow over security, displacement and the feasibility of a credible vote in the conflict-hit nation. Details in the following report with Nanga Sonia.
After years of delays, South Sudan is expected to hold elections in December, despite the nation being on the brink of civil war. Experts are warning of a return to full-blown war as government forces order the president fight groups loosely aligned with the vice president. The violence has forced tens of thousands to flee their homes, with aid agencies regularly attacked and struggling to function. A peace deal in 2018 put an end to the last civil war between President Salva Kiir and Vice President Riek Machar. Under the deal, elections were supposed to take place in 2022 but were repeatedly delayed. The country's information minister insisted that elections must be held this year. If the process goes ahead, it will mark the first national poll since the country gained independence from Sudan 15 years ago. Other requirements of the peace deal have not been fulfilled, including the unification of rival armed forces. The nation is also grappling with severe corruption and poverty. Pope Leo touched down in Equatorial Guinea on Tuesday and was greeted by the president, scores of fans, and a red carpet welcome. The pontiff's trip to Equatorial Guinea follows a 3-day visit to Angola. During the flight, Leo paid homage to his predecessor, Pope Francis, a year after his death. During his visit, all eyes will be on his increasingly vocal defenses of human rights. Throughout his trips to African nations, which started earlier this month, the pontiff has denounced tyranny while championing peace and social justice. Many are waiting to see whether this pattern will continue in Equatorial Guinea, where he will be hosted by government frequently accused of human rights violations. A majority of the country's opposition figures and independent media are in exile in Spain as a result of being hounded by authorities. International NGOs also accuse authorities of corruption, arbitrary detentions, and curbs on public freedom.
Nanga Sonia there ends in that report, and now onto our sport page. A high-powered delegation from the African Football Governing Body, CAF, has arrived in Kampala for key strategic talks with the 2027 African Cup co-hosts as preparations intensify for Africa's biggest football tournaments. Details in the following report with Claudia Voma.
The AFCON next year in Kenya, in Tanzania, in Uganda is going to be enormously successful. Enormously successful. It was an allegation that I am here to tell Tanzania and Kenya and Uganda that I'm taking away the AFCON because our 3 countries are not going to be ready. That's totally unfounded. I was very clear, CAF was very clear, African football was very clear that we're going to work together despite any challenges, and AFCON next year in Kenya, Tanzania, Uganda is going to be enormously successful. There will be information in the media over the next few months that this stadium is not ready, this pitch is not ready, the grass is not ready, there are not enough hotels, and we'll fix those challenges. We're going to have a celebration, and we are going to use this competition to identify the best talent amongst our young boys and girls. And East Africa is going to be a powerhouse of the best football on the continent. I'm so proud of Mohammed, the president of football in Kenya. President Ruto was sending a beautiful selfie around, or a video of the beautiful stadiums. Please pass our regards and say that we are thankful for his support in the people of Kenya.
The two-day engagement, taking place from April 22 to 23, brings together officials from the three Pamoja host nations, Uganda, Kenya and Tanzania, in a bid to assess progress and streamline preparations ahead of the 2027 Africa Cup of Nations. According to CAF, the meetings will serve as a critical platform for stakeholders to evaluate the next phase of readiness, with a strong focus on infrastructure development, logistics, security arrangements, and overall operational planning required to deliver a successful tournament. The Pamoja bid, a historic joint hosting initiative for the three East African nations, secured the rights to stage the Africa Cup of Nations 2027, marking the competition's long-awaited return to the region. CAF officials are expected to hold both joint and separate sessions with representatives from each host country, ensuring that timeliness are respected and that all preparations meet international standards. The latest round of talks is widely viewed as a decisive step in keeping the East African trio on course to deliver a well-organized and memorable AFCON 2027 as expectations continue to rise across the continent.
Uncertainty looms over the scheduling of the first leg of the CAF Champions League finals as the Confederation of African Football considers a possible postponement, with concerns over kick-off timing, broadcast logistics and fan attendance driving ongoing discussions. Details in the following report with Claudia Voma.
The much-anticipated clash between South African giants Mamelodi Sundowns and Moroccan heavyweights AS FAR could see a change in schedule as CAF reviews plans for the first leg, initially set to be hosted in South Africa. According to reports, CAF's Club Competitions Committee is expected to meet in the days ahead to finalize crucial organizational details surrounding the final. Central to deliberations is the current timing of the first leg, which is slated for Friday afternoon kickoff on May 15. The post timing has risen, particularly regarding television broadcast arrangements and the potential impact on stadium attendance. A weekday afternoon fixture could limit viewership and reduce fan presence, especially for a final of such magnitude. In response, decisions are underway to push the match to a more favorable date, with May 16 or May 17 emerging as likely alternatives. The adjustment is seen as a move to maximize global audience reach while ensuring a vibrant matchday atmosphere. A final decision is expected following the committee's meeting, which will ultimately determine whether the fixture will be scheduled ahead of what promises to be a thrilling continental showdown between two of Africa's most formidable clubs.
Now, the Southwest region, Bernard Okala-Bilai, has chaired a preparatory meeting with stakeholders from various sectors for a hitch-free commemoration of National Day in Boya. Plus, authorities in South Sudan say the country will proceed with long-delayed elections in December despite escalating clashes in several regions. And a high-powered delegation from African football governing body CAF has arrived in Kampala for key strategic talks with the 2027 AFCON co-hosts as preparations intensify. So, dear viewers of Royal TV, it's on this note that we conclude our news for today. The news was produced by Natalie Juma, technically assisted by Isa Abdullahi Crew, and for presentation, I am Sharon Tita. Good night.